Hello, I'm here today to demonstrate a new stamp from Downland Crafts, one of their own designed and made stamps. It's a Sympathy stamp and it's lovely, nice verse on it. And I'm going to make a card for you using it. The stamp comes like this. This side here, this piece here is all in the one. You can cut it off if you like, but I'm going to show you how to stamp it separately. So you don't, I find when you have little bits, it's easier to lose them. And they have deepest condolences then on this side, which is nicely done as well. Okay, just pop it to one side for the minute. So I have an A, no, not an A, I have a 5x7 card. I've cut a mat in navy blue. Well, it's more of a cobalt, but a dark blue. I thought navy green, some soft background color was nice, not too dark and not too bright and cheery. So I've also cut a mat for that. Now your blue mat is 12 centimeters by 17 centimeters. And this white mat here is 11.5 by 16.5. And with this one, just get a sheet of paper. I'm going to do some inking. I'm using distress ink in squeezed lemonade and tumbled glass. Okay, I just wonder, could it be a little bit bright? That makes it darker. Sorry now. I'll just make a little, is that a little bit brighter now? It is. So, I'm using the yellow first because it's a lighter color. I have a little soft brush here for doing it. If you put it straight on, I'll show you here, it's quite bright, you see. So what I'm going to do is load my brush up, tap it off, and come in from the side and just do very light. You'll get about 3 lots out of it, just very lightly, like that. Tap it off, come in from the top up here. And I just want a few areas of yellow, like the sunshine peeping through clouds. Do a little bit down there. Now, that's plenty. We're doing it very delicate and very light. Nice background. So I'm going to take the tumbler glass now, same technique. Tap it off, come in from the side. Now you can do it on a glass mat or on an inking mat, but and as you see, I'm not tapping this off for now because I'm just coming in from the side. The majority of it is coming from out there. Okay, just going around the edge. We'll come in across there now. And then I thought I'll just tap it off and we'll just do a bit in here. You get a bit brighter. And randomly do it so that it looks like blue sky peeping through clouds. See? Not too bright. Subtle. That's the word. We're going to be subtle. Bring it in across there. Now, a little bit more colour up there, I think. Like you would have on a misty day. Okay, that looks pretty good. Lovely. That's all we need that ink for. So I'm just going to go and stick this now on to the card. And that'll be that bit done. Tiny bit of glue just around the edge. layer it up. Because you cut it at half a centimetre, you have a nice edge around it. So it's roughly 1/4 of an inch. So you have a nice even edge around. It's not too wide. If you wish to cut it wider, you can. I like to leave, the white edge now around this on the card. And I should have said on your card, feel the edge, find the front of it. So that's where it opens there. You'll always have a little lip on your card, and that's your front. Whoops. Pop that on there. And I have a wider border now on the card, but that's true choice. You can have the same distance of a border if you like, but I like a little bit wider border. Get rid of that. Now I'm going to pop that to one side. We get our stamp. As I said, I'm going to use this one. When you get new stamps, peel off the backing, and when you peel them off, they'll be stretchy and sticky to start with. Just peel them off gently. Lay it down and it'll relax back into its space. Now, I'm going to use stamping platform. This is Tim Holtz stamping platform, because I find when you're doing words, sentiments, sometimes if they don't come out, you need to re-stamp, and that's very difficult with a stamping block. So I need some paper. And as I'm going to cut it out with a die I just need the top half. So we'll just ink the top half first. And I'll pop it there so I have room. So pop it down flat like that. Shut your lid down and pick up your die. And I should have said, put your card in the corner, especially on these, because sometimes, as you've seen, the die sticks to the paper and it'll lift the paper out of its place. So it's much easier to pop it back in the corner and you know where you are then. That's especially when you have don't know what I'm saying. When you've re-inked it, first go it's all right, but after that when you've re-inked it. So I'm just inking it up, just tapping it over, just the top part. I haven't touched the bottom. Okay, pop that down. And then we're just going to, you can see there now where the ink is. Press that down. These are really good stamps. They usually ink up first time. I won't worry about that. With me being messy. Pop it back in the corner. If you want to give it a second stamping. And I'm stamping with my Memento. This one is Paris Dusk. The Memento dries quickly. And that has what's got on me. So we'll quickly do it again. I don't know why that happened. I mightn't have checked that it was in the corner. Gently pop it back in the corner this time. And go again. Yeah. And as you've seen, I turned it over. I did it again. That's better. And the same with the inking. If the inking doesn't work, turn over the paper, do it again. Now, I'm just going to pop that one back in there. Just put a bit of paper over that to stop the ink from getting on my platform. And I'm going to die cut this fellow. I have a little One here that matches my other one. So line it up and get it right first time, of course. Now you can stick it down. I'm just might be sticking it yet. Over the top. Not necessary to do it twice, it's just to bring it back towards me. There we have that one cut out beautifully. I have a back die here for it. We'll pop that on. Okay. The glue gives you a little wiggle room to be able to slide it around and get it into place. So that's our top done. I'll just get so we'll just stamp the sentiments now. You can clean your stamp, but I'm just going to put it pop it up there. So I have my with sympathy down here. I suppose if I was clever, I'd only have to cut it. I wouldn't have to cut the top of it. I'd only cut the side of it like that. Okay. Pick it up. You could stamp the whole lot out as well, as I was saying earlier. Just a bit sympathy this time. If you don't want to faff about like I am, I like that as it is now. That's stamped beautifully, first time. If you don't want to faff about, you can stamp the whole lot together and cut it out. Stamp the whole lot together and just cut the with sympathy off the bottom. I'll show you, I did that on another card and I'll show you how I did that, how it turned out. So I'm just going to can't talk and concentrate. Put that off there. Trim the top of it too. And just trim the sides. Okay, and I'm going to stick that onto a wee bit of spare card. You'll always have wee bits of card left over. And this is how I do it. I stick it into the corner like that. As I said, the Memento dries quickly, so it you know you can handle it. Just going to trim off that and trim it there. Now you can trim it on your trimmer as well. I tend to do small ones with my scissors. So we have with sympathy. I've also die cut earlier a couple of leaves. In this one here, as you can see, I've put the leaves up the side. In this one, I was looking at it earlier and I was thinking you could actually, you know, put your leaves across like that. That's quite nice too. But I'm going to do it like I did the other one. So a few sticky pads on the back. Or sticky tape, whatever you use. And don't skimp. Don't put one in each corner and hope for the best. Otherwise, you know, if you put one in each corner, eventually your little topper will sink down in the middle. So I'm putting this on first, so you can decide then where to put the leaves. You can do, as I said, in any colorway. You can do the leaves in a different color if you wish. I just kept it very delicate and subtle. And as I'm putting it on, I'm just this distance here and that little distance there. I'm keeping it over to the right. I'm eyeballing my blue with my edge. I'm hoping that it looks at least straight. Kept it over a bit that way so that I can get the leaves here. The same with your sentiment. These are I'm trying to use up these, are very sticky and foamy, which is good because they'll stick. And you can measure it, whatever. I tend to put it across there because it's roughly the same width, straight down, and I put it about halfway there. And I think that looks great. Now for the leaves then, you can position them and see what you like. On this one I kind of joined them up. On this one I think I might overlap them like that. That's quite nice too. You can chop off the bottoms if they're not right. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom ones and then just on the stem, just barely, you can just pop it, little tap here and there just to hold it. I'll leave the top ones open. I can unglued, I can hold them and position. And they're nice, just a little bit loose, few of them loose as well, because they it just gives them a little bit of movement. Now, before you stick the other ones, decide where you want to put them. Might actually go a little bit of rogue and go across that way. I can join that up there, and that looks like that's coming out of there. I like that. So if I can remember that, just give it a wee bit of glue again, like I said, on your leaves, your stems. Just doesn't have to be on every leaf, just enough to stick them down. Okay, so we had that one there. Like that. I just like the symbolism. It's, reaching upward and um, growing, growth, whatever. Now, that's it. It's as simple as that. Yes, the colors are quite bright, but actually when they're in the light, they're not as bright. You can see there, that one looks very bright, but again, you put it in the light, that's the daylight. It's not as bright. If you're not happy with your inking, turn it over and do it again. If you need something else, you can use a soft, subtle background, any color, and then match your borders to go with it. This is actually from Downland Crafts website. It's a free printable paper, and I'll put a link to that below. And it's just lovely. It's got waves and water and marbly effect in it, and I just thought it was very subtle. And this is what I was saying about stamping the whole lot together and just cutting off your with sympathy then, and I cut down the little verse and layered it up on a couple of pieces of paper or card. So you can do it slightly different. I've just seen there now looking at it that you can just put the leaves across and you're with sympathy and stamp that. If you're brave, you can stamp it on the inside or stamp it on a piece of card or paper and cut it out and stick it in. Okay, so that's that one. And I also did the same one in blue in a square. So these are 6 inches square or 15 centimeters, and that's 5x7 card. So there's some inspiration for you, and I hope you'll try it out. There'll be a link to the stamp and papers under this video, and go create. Talk to you soon.